All right, everybody, welcome to the 2023 studio update. I know this is a long time coming. A lot of people have been asking for a studio update, studio tour. So we'll start at the top of the stairway. So this is my Rocketeer poster that I had in my room in England. I got it at an Athena in Windsor in 1992, I think. 91, 92.
How do I look?
Like a hood ornament.
And then over here is my signed Palmer art print of the original Firefly TV show. I got that at Dragon Con back in, I want to say it was 2007.
I will hunt you down, and the last thing you see will be my blade.
Darn.
All right, here we have a new addition to the studio. This print used to be the Superman movie poster, and then it was Captain America. But I had a new poster made thanks to a great company that was able to help me print this as a one-off. I photoshopped this print specifically so that the artwork would reflect the HK USP match pistols. And I don't know if you can see that down there, but on her belt, it's hard to see, I put the famous, or now famous, climbing axe on the belt that now goes through the O, because I find that addition to her arsenal to be as signature as her twin guns. And up above is an actual DMM Rebel ice climbing axe. And I spent many years trying to track that down, and I'm proud to say that I tracked it down along with its sister axe with the hammer end on the back. So I have a dual set. Next to it is my Raiders of the Lost Ark reprint poster that's been framed since the early 2000s. And above it is now hanging a Liaison paracord bullwhip in the Indy style. Originally up here was a Bernardo Del Carpio whip, but I pulled that whip down when I did the video about the Hasbro Pulse Stream, because that's the whip, the whip that used to hang here was the one that I was cracking at the end of that video. When I decided to put a whip back up here, I thought, well, I'll put this Liaison paracord whip up here instead because I don't use it as often. So it'll just be helpful all the way around and I don't have to climb up there all the time. All right, then we have the Temple of Doom knife from 2008, the replica sold by the Noble Collection. Underneath the Temple of Doom, I believe this is the A style poster with the famous tagline. We have my Buck Rogers cast autographs, and with the exception of Tim O'Connor, they were all people I met in person. Aaron Gray being a lovely, lovely person to meet. Highly recommend you get a chance to do that. The late, great Felix Silla, and of course, Gil Gerard himself. I've met Aaron Gray and Gil Gerard and Felix several times. Felix, of course, before his passing. Great people, great show, great memories. All right, so if we go here, at the top, you will see the Kryptonian crystal replica that was given to me by Keith Holmesley. And underneath is authentic autographs of Margot Kidder and Christopher Reeve from Superman. Now, obviously, this image is from Superman 2, but this framing had been done with that autograph already on that photo, so I'm pretty happy with the way that all looks and turned out.
Easy, miss. I've got you.
You've got me? Who's got you?
Back to the Future. Pretty self-explanatory. I had this custom framed with a nice sort of stainless steel-ish looking frame. We have autographs from Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox. And we have Claudia Wells, Leah Thompson, and Tom Wilson. Over here is probably one of my personal favorite autograph framings. It's from the Living Daylights, and I collected these autographs over a period of several years from a very reputable pre-eBay, almost I would say pre-e-commerce 007 only autograph dealer out of Germany. Very, very reputable, and he was able to find for me, I shouldn't say find for me, he had in his inventory at the time Living Daylights images with Timothy Dalton signing his full name and Miriam Dabo, who played Cara Milovi. And then, of course, I had to get an image from a German lobby card. It was the only image I could find of him with that amazing Walther sniper rifle. And then, of course, him with the best Aston in the history of the Bond films. And this image right here in the center, along with this image of the car, these both actually were in my dorm room in college. And then they finally made their way into this framing, which is awesome.
What is this?
I've had a few optional extras installed.
Next up, we have the Dukes of Hazzard. This was a cast signing. It is not personalized to me, but it was a beautiful cast signing from Celebrity Authentics that I couldn't pass up because it's one of the few images where you get all the main cast members in the same image, along with the two most iconic vehicles from the series, the Hazzard County Police car and the General Lee. So when I see those two cars, I immediately think early childhood. That's where my brain goes. Love those Ertl cars. Here are two G.I. Joe covers. These are not the full comic books. I scanned my own issues and brought the scans of the covers to Larry Hama to sign at the 2007 G.I. Joe convention in Atlanta. And then this is another signing, another print that he signed for me at the same time of issue 63, because I wanted to have an image of Snake Eyes, who is not on the cover of G.I. Joe #1. So the famous Star Wars Circus poster. Melinda always gets a big kick out of Chewbacca every time she passes and sees that. It makes her laugh. All right, let's see what we have here. We have my Star Trek II autograph framing. I wanted a picture of the Enterprise, the refit Enterprise, not the A. And fortunately, Celebrity Authentics had a signing with William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy where they signed this exact print. And then I, of course, had to have their images in this, so I got a print of this from the Star Trek store at the time. This was an official Star Trek print, but it was backwards. It was horizontally flipped, so I had to scan it, flip it, reprint it, and then put it back in this for the framing. A mini poster of the Wrath of Khan. A beautiful DeForest Kelley from Star Trek II, signed and authenticated by two of the most reputable Star Trek autograph dealers at the time. I didn't leave anything to chance with these. And this is a authentic Ricardo Montalban that was signed during the release of the original DVD. This was, I believe he was going around LA to various events like Tower Records and stuff, signing, doing some signings of the DVD release. And this is from one of those.
They're locking phases. Ray Shields.
Fire!
All right, one of my pride and joys is my Empire Strikes Back autograph framing of Mark Hamill, which I got from Official Pics. Harrison Ford, who wasn't signing at the time, but I was able to get his signature plaque from the studio scale Millennium Falcon that they sold through, I believe, Master Replicas. So that is an irrefutable Harrison Ford signature. And then I have the lovely Carrie Fisher, who signed this to me several years. This was before Star Wars was even a glimmer in Disney's eye. This was the early 2000s, and I'm really glad that I was able to get that. Unfortunately, while I saw Carrie Fisher briefly in passing at a convention, I never got to meet her in person. I saw her in person, but I never got to meet her.
She expressed her true feelings for me.
Mike, why you stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerve herder?
On this particular shelf below, which is actually my childhood headboard from my bed, fun fact, we have Luke's Empire Strikes Back helmet. This is from EFX Studios. His snowspeeder gloves. And underneath is the Galaxy's Edge sort of food container that he has on Dagobah.
Hey! It's my dinner!
We have his, well, we have two versions back there of the Illuminator. The one on the left is a far more accurate fan-made replica. The one on the right is the one that was sold at Galaxy's Edge gift shops.
Hey! That. Mine!
We have Luke's blaster and his lightsaber from The Empire Strikes Back. Then we have Han Solo's blaster from The Empire Strikes Back. These ones in the cases are master replicas. This one back here is an amazing fan-made Luke Empire. Above this, we have a great gift from a wonderful friend of mine. He sent me the NECA, not bootlegs, not knockoffs, but the authentic NECA comic book turtles from back in the early 2000s. I was blown away by this gift, my friend Dan, and I always wanted them to have a place. So right now they kind of occupy an odd spot over Han Solo's blaster. And then, of course, we have Princess Leia's blaster from the opening of the original 1977 Star Wars, also master replicas.
There's one. Set for stun.
And above this, I have the now infamous, based on the videos you may have seen me do, I got so excited seeing how well these did that I had to rush out and get these from one of my favorite arcade games. These are the NECA Aliens vs. Predator arcade game figures. Unfortunately, even though I heated them up and did all the right things, this particular Predator, his arm snapped off in typical NECA fashion. So I leave them here right now until I decide if I'm going to put them back in the boxes or not. It's a bittersweet thing. Now underneath here is sort of auxiliary storage. So if you go down here, there's a lot of Action Force under here. So we have the Action Force Hyena tank, for example. We have my childhood Tiger Force vehicles, another Action Force vehicle, and we have the bridge layer and a Slugger from G.I. Joe. And eventually those will find a home somewhere. Okay, so here is, this is my print of Kylie Minogue as a Jedi, which was an amazing find I got from a talented artist named Michelle Amadezi.
Find Kylie. Oh, gee, no, where am I? Wow. Oh, you nearly took out a pop princess.
I have a few t-shirts with that image on it as well, and that image is now very hard to get because Disney is a jerk about things. This is my current overflow storage, and it is overflowing. I've got to come up with a plan to fix this problem, so I will be making some hard choices here in the next 18 months to make this a more usable room again like it used to be. But for now, it just has to be what it is, and we will figure out a solution at some point in the future. This closet right here is more camera maintenance, or camera equipment, I should say. And you can see the Terradrome restoration that's in play. That big piece, we're prepping that piece for peroxide peroxide whitening. So Stephen, maybe if you're watching this, I know it's been several years and I apologize for the delay, but we are working actively on this restoration. Back there you can see some overflow storage with some vintage Star Wars, my new Action Man Scorpion tank acquisition. There's a Cobra Mamba there that's long overdue for resto. This is the famous Kylie Corner, where I often do some live streaming when I'm a guest on other people's live streams. I stream from that Mac right there. Right here you'll see the Jakks Pacific Kylie Minogue dolls from 2001 and 2. That funny sign there referencing Kylie's role in the Street Fighter movie was a gift from Keith Holmesley. This calendar here is a gift from Scuba Pete. Scuba Pete has made it a tradition to send me an annual Kylie calendar every year to keep up here, so I can, keep track of the calendar year. And then, of course, this autograph right here was given to me by Analog Toys' very own Tony Roberts. He sourced this amazing Kylie Minogue autograph from her role on Doctor Who with David Tennant. And there's a number of other really nice gifts up here from people over the years. There's this Golden album back here in the large LP case was a gift from Brent, the guy that needed help getting his sail barge to Australia. Just some really great memories, great stuff up here. Kylie, of course, has been part of my life since I was a kid in the UK. Can't get her out of my head. Long before that song was ever a thing. All right, here is the recording room, which is currently messed up. It's normally not like this. Normally, this whole area right here would be open and you'd be able to walk around. But I had to clean up the studio for an event after Joe Fest that we're doing. So this room became kind of a catch-all. But you can see here that I've got some Tomb Raider stuff that was used in the last video I did. And there's even more of it here for some future videos.
This is a disaster.
Was it programmed to stop before it took my head off?
And then I'll find a home for all of this stuff. Yes, you're looking at Sky Commanders there, so hint, hint. And then in those Ziploc bags are the rest of the Sectars I needed to complete my collection. That is the Lion Knights castle right there. I will be doing a full video on that soon as well. There's the freeze chamber, or part of it, that I showed in an early video a year or two ago. And in that box right there is the rest of the freeze chamber. It's a big box, and I really want to get that freeze chamber prepped and done for all of you. Out here we have the Indiana Jones Lego sets, along with a Kobe Messerschmitt 109. I'm working on a video related to that. And on this shelf are all of the 21st Century Toys 1/18 scale World War II fighter planes that Melinda's father found in a shed, busted and broken up. So there is the infamous Avenger that I restored on camera, along with a number of others that were in not as filthy a condition, but they were broken, they were battered, and I'm still sourcing parts for some of them. Some of them, though, are in great shape, like this Adolf Galland ME-109E.
Where are you taking those vultures?
Officers to the west, Encho to the guard room, sir.
Like hell you are. They're responsible for all that. Get them to clear it up.
And this P-47 Thunderbolt. They turned out really well. Some of the others, though, are in need of some parts. That P-40 down there, this Flying Tigers, that's actually mine. That one is in perfect condition, but right now it's keeping the others company. This Star Wars original One Last Time standee, I got that in 1995 from a media play, I believe. I put my name in for it, with the manager, and they called me up, and I was able to go get it.
The original Star Wars trilogy on video, One Last Time.
Which was pretty cool. So when they got done with it, they gave it to me, and I've had it ever since. Part of me wishes I never had to go out and find that thing, but or want it. I wish there was no One Last Time anything. if you know what I mean. All right, let's go to the toy room. Let's go to the main event.